What's up guys, Derek from dasedesigns.com with another Speedart video. Let's get to it. Alright, so in this video I'll be going over a Wolf Mascot logo or a sports styled logo design. And I have to say this is probably my second or third, I guess you could say Wolf concept that I've done probably in the last year or so. And you know, whether for good or for worse, you know, this is, you know, a pretty great concept that I really enjoyed the overall outcome with in the end. And I remember my first Wolf was a lot different. It was a lot more round. My style was a little bit different. Since then I've learned a few things and changed up the way I create my designs and so on and so forth, as well as my sketching process. And you know, the first one I did originally was a lot more, like I said, it was a lot rounder, and the outlines were a lot skinnier as well. They're probably about half the size of this, and had a little bit more detail, especially around the mouth portion. But anyways, as you guys can see in this video, I'll be bouncing back and forth through Google and Adobe Illustrator. I was doing a lot of referencing in this video, and I decided to leave it in just so you guys could see it, because I do get a lot of questions in regards of how do I come up with ideas and concepts and so on and so forth. A lot of the times it's just, you know, me bouncing around ideas. After I, you know, find a few great reference images, and I found a great one. It's probably one of my favorite wolf images that I found on Google, and I thought it would be a really great one to base, I guess you could say, the overall concept, especially in the mouth area and the jaw for the wolf. And you know, it really looks great. It's a little bit different. I usually don't see or haven't seen one like this, I guess you could say. So yeah, you know, I get a lot of questions about how I come up with concepts, and a lot of times, you know, I'm doing a lot of research and looking on Google and Bing and other design websites, really just to, you know, get a better reference and a better understanding of the animal in general. And you know, if you ever have any trouble with the design or your sketches, why they don't look the way they should, it's mainly for that reason alone. You know, you guys aren't used to drawing the animal, you know, and there's still some growing and learning to do in regards of what makes this one look different from this one. You know, like what makes a wolf look different from a bear. You know, if you look at one, you'll be like, oh my gosh, they look nothing alike. But when you're drawing one, it's completely different, trust me. Like when creating this one, you'll notice the one on the left that has the shading, the sketch on the left, on the far left, it looks, in regards of how wide it is, the fur around it, it almost looks like a bear, just a little bit, if you didn't really pay attention to the mouth and the teeth and stuff like that. And that was one thing I kind of struggled with, and then I, you know, kind of thought like I was using the wrong sketch, because originally that was the second sketch, and the one I'm using right now for outlining is the first sketch that I did. This one looks a lot better. And you know, when I first did the process and the outlining in Adobe Illustrator, and this one, you know, looks a lot better in regards of the area where the teeth are and the mouth and so on and so forth. So anyways, again, you know, it's kind of like a weird perception that happens a lot of the times, you know, when people who aren't drawing or who aren't artists or designers, you know, they think everyone kind of just randomly pops out of thin air with ideas. And that is the case sometimes, and it does happen with me as well, but it's a little bit different when you're referencing an animal and it needs to actually look like an animal, especially if you're a little bit more on the inexperienced side in regards of, you know, animals, characters, humans, anatomy, all this kind of stuff. But anyways, just to get back to the video, as you guys can see right now, I'm doing the outlining, and you know, I'll be doing a lot more playing around in Adobe Illustrator, just because I had to, you know, make a lot of adjustments in regards of the overall shape. And right now I'm making adjustments, and you know, like I said, it was a bit too wide, almost to the point where it kind of looked like a bear. So I decided to, you know, re-outline this portion just to make it skinnier in regards of the face and where the jaw is and the fur and so on and so forth. So, you know, sometimes, you know, when my sketches aren't perfect, this happens, and then it's kind of annoying because it's hard for me to, or it's harder because I'm using a mouse in comparison to a pencil and paper or just like a sketching tablet or anything. But anyways, still love the outcome. And as you'll see towards the end of the video, this mascot, this logo has multiple versions. There's going to be a total of 3, but 2 I do like the most. And the first one obviously is the wolf itself, and then the next one has a shield around it, and it has some mountains in the background. A lot of times I see great images of just like not mountains, but wolves howling at the moon, and there's like mountains in the background, snowy mountains with snow on the tops and so on and so forth. And I just think it looks really awesome. So I tried to switch it up a little bit and put that included in this mascot. So there will be 2 versions at the end, as you guys will see, and I hope you guys enjoy the concepts. So again, a little bit more was cut out in regards of the Photoshop work. I had a ton of fun creating the thumbnail. It looks really dope in my opinion. Hope you guys do enjoy the thumbnails as well. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you like these style of thumbnails, and so on and so forth. And another thing with this pre-made design, most of the time my pre-made logos will be put up for sale. So if you're a sports team, an esports team, gaming, or if you're an apparel brand or just a brand in general and you'd like to use the design for your brand, your merchandise, so on and so forth, you can always contact me at dasedesigns on Twitter. That's where I'm the most active. I just showed a screenshot or showed a little bit of my Twitter action going on. But anyways, other than that, you can also send me an email. And again, all of these links and information will be in the description below. So if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to reach out on Twitter as well as via email. And another thing, I'm not that active on Snapchat at the moment, so I'll be continuing to be the most active on Twitter. So if you guys want to see any behind the scenes, any updates, like I was updating, or I made a few updates, screenshots of this logo design, you can all check that out on Twitter and so on and so forth. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys enjoy the logo designs, both versions, the thumbnails. And I also forgot to mention that I switched up the music. I made it a little bit, or I chose a slower I guess music. I guess you could say the BPM is a little bit lower, or I guess half the speed as my previous music selection. But again, it's still really dope, and I hope you guys do enjoy the music. If you guys would like to hear more of this, dope kind of, I guess you could say trap with a little bit of hip hop influence music, feel free to leave a comment in the section below. I'm always interested to hear you guys' feedback on the design as well as the video and the music as well, because that's another thing. I'll take like an hour, 30 minutes just choosing music alone. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys enjoy the design. Again, if you're interested, feel free to contact me with the information in the description below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.